Hi there. How are you? Please come on in. Take a seat. Make yourself at home. How has your week been? Good. I'm glad. Well, as you can probably hear, I've actually shifted positions for today's session because there is a lovely sea breeze outside, and you can hear it cascading past the window, and I really wanted to incorporate that into today's session because it is also quite appropriate. We'll be doing today general energy work, which will be going through your ethereal body and taking away any excess energy that we might find. Now, I always emphasize the word excess because there's nothing negative or volatile about the energy that we're removing. We are simply taking away excess energy that might be blocking some of your chakras. And when I blow it away, I'm not destroying it. I'm passing it on to people who need it more, or people who have a deficit in some areas and could do with the extra help. So it's a very holistic, homogeneous thing. It's a good thing. You're doing a good thing. But the wind is kind of a good metaphor for that because it blows away and carries your energy so that it can find a better home. So we'll light your candle, and the intention for this session is simply to declutter your energy and pass that excess energy on to people who have a deficit. So you should, after this session, feel clear-headed and rejuvenated, and hopefully, though they will never know, someone out there will be helped in return. Okay? So, let's do some simple breathing exercises to get started. Let's do 3-3-3, the easy one. So with me, in, hold, and out. In, hold, and out. In, hold, and out. And already we should feel the energy through a relaxed state sort of permeate to the surface. And to help with that, and because it's light behind me, I'm going to do one more thing, and that is I'm going to place the palm of my hand across your face, over your eyes, and with the other hand, just hold the back of your head. So you'll feel secure, you'll feel some pressure on both sides of your head, and then I'll release my hand, and you will see light, and that will help to bring up the energy so that I can work with it better. Okay? So with your permission, I'd just like to get in real close. Okay? Thank you. And here we go. And I'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1. And there we go. And one more time. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. And there. And already I can see little bits of energy popping up to the surface so we can work with it. Now, wind is a really good metaphor. It's comparable to, I don't know if you heard of it, you probably have, Jeet Kune Do, which is the late Bruce Lee's composite martial art. So it took a lot of elements from different martial arts and combined it into one. And the metaphor that Mr. Lee always used, and I'm sure that you've heard it, Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop uses it, if you want a little pop culture reference. The metaphor he always used was be like water. Now, water is malleable. If you pour it into something, it fills the shape of that receptacle. And it's permeable as well. You can put your finger through it. But it can also be very strong and crash and be a force only comparable to other forces of nature. And that's why water is a wonderful metaphor for self-strength, inner strength. But wind is similar too. Without wind, pollen wouldn't necessarily be carried around. It can provide energy. It can be manipulated into energy, just like water. But it can be soft. A sea breeze can be relaxing, and it certainly helps me sleep at night. A breeze across your face can be gentle, like the soft touch of someone's hand. Wind can propel. It can create motion, kinetic energy. And it can be destructive. It can be strong. Like today, we're having wind. It is very strong. And that can be intimidating. So a lot like water, wind is a good characteristic. And all the elements are. Personally, I'm fire. And, you don't have to prescribe to these different belief sets or anything like that. But they're a good sort of barometer of characteristics. Water can douse fire. Air can fuel fire. Earth houses fire. And you can operate with all the different elements to work out those different combinations. And it's just a good benchmark, I suppose. Like I said, you don't have to prescribe to it or believe in it. Faith and belief are what you apply to it. And as soon as you have faith and believe in something, I truly believe it comes real. Truly. And I'm a strong believer in belief. I think that people can believe whatever they want. But if your beliefs have a body count, then you need to reassess your beliefs. Otherwise, if your beliefs help people, then that's great. And you might believe in the elements. You might believe in astrology, astronomy, any kind of religion. And I'm okay with that. You do you, and do the best you can. We're not about judging here. And the elements don't judge. They are what they are. It's quite a lot of babbling already. Just let me work around your ethereal body a little bit and get what is metaphysical into the corporeal so that we can better use it. Okay, good. Now you might have seen behind me on that building a little bit of mold. A little bit of damp. Yeah. These are old Victorian buildings. So they're about 140 years old. And they live by the sea. And so they get damp. But they like living by the sea. I'll tell you why. Because people want to live with them. People want to live with these houses. People will always want to live live in houses by the sea. So they're never lonely. They ain't never going to be lonely. They will always have company, and they'll always have friends. And I like living by the sea. I like the wind. I even like the seagulls. They can be jerks, squawking all the time. But I don't mind them. I think they're actually kind of cute. But I guess what I'm saying is, in a roundabout way, that your home is what you take with you, and we can all find somewhere to feel at home, where we won't be alone. And these houses down here, people love them. And no matter the elements, you will find somewhere, and you will feel at home, and you will feel comfortable in that home, because you deserve to feel loved and to feel welcome and to never be alone. Because, as I've said before, there's a difference between being lonely and being alone. Sometimes when you're alone, you don't feel lonely. And sometimes when you're with a bunch of people, you can feel lonely. So, being alone doesn't make you lonely. Being in a crowd can. You have to find your home so that you don't feel lonely, even if you're alone. Now that is just about the most confusing way that I could have phrased that, I think. But I hope you know what I mean. I don't want you to feel lonely. And even just by spending a bit of time with me every week, hopefully I can help you not feel lonely. Be like the wind. Flow, fly. You can't perceive it like electricity, but it's there. You can see the effect of it. And if you have an impact on someone's life without them even knowing that you have, well, I think that's about the most important thing that you can do. True altruism. And I got some good news for you. Doing what you're doing today, sending this energy somebody else's way, is doing something for somebody else without them even knowing. And that, my friend, is the most altruistic thing you can do. Now, I'm not just trying to make you feel good for the sake of doing it. I'm telling you that what you're doing is good. So stay the course. Keep doing it. I really enjoy helping people. I'm sorry I'm blabbering so much today. I don't know what's getting into me. But I really enjoy helping people. But in the back of my mind, there's always a concern that the intention, is it pure? Am I helping them because I like to help and feel good about it? Or am I helping them because they genuinely need to be helped and I feel a responsibility to do it? Now, ultimately, that doesn't really matter. What matters is the result. The intention, the thought, is always important. Don't get me wrong. Hold on a second. But the result is more. So sure, you might have your motives for doing something might be one thing. But if the net result is good, holistically good, then I don't think it really matters. We can spend all day worrying about these things, but what you gotta remember is that the people who don't do good don't tend to worry about it. Think about that. If you're worrying about being a good person all the time, that means you're a good person. Because bad people, not that I necessarily believe in bad people, but they ain't thinking about it. They're just doing whatever the hell they want. And that doesn't really help anybody, does it? So, by joining me today and agreeing to take away some of this excess energy, you are altruistically helping a stranger. You don't know who they are. You don't know who you're helping. It could be someone you know. It could be someone close to you who you didn't even know needed help. But you're doing it right now. And that is an amazing thing, which actually makes you amazing. So don't forget that, okay? Because someone else will be doing this. And when you need a little pick-me-up, maybe it'll come your way. And I'm certainly happy to do any kind of Reiki to send your way to help you heal up if you ever need it, okay? Yeah, I promise. We're approaching the end of our 1 year block booking. We have, my math isn't very good, but I believe we have, after this one, 8 more sessions. But that doesn't mean that you'll see the last of me, okay? I'm happy to do drop-ins, and I'm happy to see you independently of any kind of regular booking, okay? We can arrange for a session for specific things if you want. You just gotta let me know in advance, and then we can do it, okay? I'm certainly not gonna leave you in the cold. Okay, looking good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this session. Let's do your symbol. Okay, what am I doing? Because I really enjoyed it, and I feel it was a really positive one today. So I want you to go home and feel good about what you did here. Because to somebody, you don't know who, you made a difference. And no matter how big and small, making a difference is what counts. So, thank you. And I'll see you soon.